If a woman doesn't respect you, it shows. The longer you ignore it, the worse it gets. Today, we're diving into a topic that many men brush off or overlook until it's too late. The behaviors of a woman who doesn't value you. Not in theory, not in words, but in how she acts and treats you. Here's the truth. Value isn't about how often someone says they care. It's about what they do. When a woman doesn't value you, her behavior speaks loud and clear. Even if you've been trained to excuse it, downplay it, or tell yourself, she's just going through something. A lot of guys stay in situations much longer than they should because they're stuck on potential. What they hope things could be, rather than facing what's actually happening. The calls that don't come, the effort that isn't matched, the attitude that constantly feels cold, distant, or just plain disrespectful. All of these are signs. This video is here to put that confusion to rest. We're going to talk about 5 key behaviors that point to one clear thing: she doesn't value. These aren't over-the-top signs like yelling or cheating. These are the quieter habits, the ones that creep in, slowly lower your standards, and leave you stuck in a dynamic where you're always giving and rarely getting anything real back. Recognizing these patterns doesn't make you bitter. It makes you smarter. It helps you stop wasting energy on someone who's already checked out emotionally or mentally. Most importantly, it gives you the clarity to start expecting more. Not just from her, but from yourself and the relationships you allow into your life. So if you've ever had that gut feeling that something's off, like you're constantly being tolerated instead of appreciated, this one's for you. So the views Foleses and Let's break it down. 1. She stops respecting your time. When a woman starts to lose respect for you, one of the first things that slips is how she treats your time. You'll start noticing small changes at first, showing up late, canceling plans last minute, or taking hours to reply to simple messages. At first, you might brush it off. People get busy, right? But over time, the pattern becomes obvious. She's not just busy, she's careless with your time because she no longer sees it as valuable. Let's say you plan a date for Saturday night. You make the reservation, block out your evening, get ready, and look forward to it. An hour before you're supposed to meet, she texts you saying she's tired or that something came up. No apology, no offer to reschedule, just a short message like your time doesn't matter. And it's not the first time. She's done this before, either bailing completely or keeping you waiting without any consideration. That's not just poor time management. That's disregard. When someone values you, they value your time too. They show up when they say they will, let you know ahead of time if something changes, and don't leave you hanging. But when that care disappears, what you often get is a cold shrug or silence. No explanation, no respect, just indifference. And it's not always about cancelled plans. It can also look like constantly showing up late to meet you, keeping you waiting while she scrolls on her phone, or expecting you to rearrange your schedule for her without giving the same in return. You'll notice she's never in a rush to make time for you, unless it's convenient for her. Here's what that tells you. She no longer sees you as someone she needs to show up for. The effort is gone because in her mind, she doesn't have to earn your attention anymore. She assumes you'll always be there, always waiting, no matter how little she gives back. Once someone starts treating your time like it's disposable, it's only a matter of time before they treat you the same way. This is one of those behaviors that can sneak. But there's a difference between being flexible and being walked over. If she repeatedly ignores your time, doesn't follow through, or makes everything about her schedule, it's a clear sign you're being taken for granted. Respect starts with the basics, and your time is one of them. 2. She's cold until she wants something. One of the clearest signs a woman doesn't value you is when her warmth is conditional. She's distant, disinterested, or even dismissive most of the time. But the moment she needs something from you, her tone changes. Suddenly she's sweet, talkative, and affectionate until she gets what she wants. Then she pulls away again. It's a cycle many men find themselves stuck in. One day she barely acknowledges you, acts annoyed, or keeps you at arm's length. Then, out of nowhere, she's all smiles and attention because she wants a favor, your help, your time, or your resources. Once you give it, that interest fades just as quickly as it showed up. This kind of behavior is manipulative, whether it's intentional or not. It's not about connection. It's about control. She gives just enough to keep you engaged, but never enough for the relationship to feel real or balanced. What makes this tricky is that on the surface, it can feel like progress. When she suddenly starts being nice again, you might think, okay, maybe she's turning a corner, or maybe she was just in a bad mood before. But if it only happens when she needs something, then it's not a shift in the relationship. It's just her using the connection when it suits her. Over time, this wears you down. You start waiting for those rare moments of attention and holding on to them like proof that she still cares. But those moments are just hooks, designed to keep you around, not because she truly values you, but because it's convenient to have you in her corner when she needs something. A woman who values you will show up with consistency. Her interest, attention, and effort won't come and go based on what she can get from you. She'll still have off days. Sure, that's human, but you won't feel like her affection is tied to a transaction. If you're always the one giving while she only shows affection on her terms, that's not a relationship. It's an arrangement where you're being emotionally used. The longer you play along with it, the more you train her to treat you that way. Recognizing this early gives you power. It reminds you that you're not here to earn scraps of attention. You're not here to be an emotional support system on standby. You deserve someone who sees your value, even when they don't need anything from you. If the warmth only shows up when it benefits her, that's not love, that's convenience. 3. Your opinions get shrugged off. When a woman no longer values you, one of the most noticeable changes is how little your thoughts seem to matter to her. You'll speak up, share an idea, offer feedback, or even just talk about something important to you, and she brushes it off like it's nothing. No real response, no curiosity, no respect for what you're trying to say. That kind of behavior chips away at the foundation of any connection. When someone values you, they listen. They may not always agree, and that's fine. But they'll still hear you out, take your opinion into account, and care about how you see things, even if your views are different from theirs. But when a woman stops caring about your opinion, it shows in how quickly she shuts you down or waves you off. You might try to suggest something, and she changes the subject without a second thought. You bring up something that matters to you, and she gives you a dry, half-hearted response. Over time, it starts to feel like talking to a wall. And that's not just frustrating, it's a sign. A sign that she no longer sees your voice as something that holds weight in the relationship. It doesn't mean she's looking for arguments or being openly disrespectful. It just means she no longer bothers to really engage with your perspective. That silence, that indifference says a lot, because communication isn't just about talking, it's about connection. If your opinion is constantly met with disinterest or dismissiveness, it's hard to feel like a partner. You start feeling like a passenger just along for the ride. This kind of behavior also shows up in decision-making. She makes plans without asking, changes things without checking in, or moves forward like your input doesn't matter. That's not independence. That's disregard. A woman who respects you doesn't have to agree with you all the time, but she'll still want to understand where you're coming from. Even in disagreement, there's respect, there's effort, and there's space for your voice in the conversation. When your thoughts are treated like background noise, you're not in a relationship, you're filling a role. You're there, but you're not really seen. The longer it goes on, the more invisible you start to feel. Men often stay silent about this. They tell themselves it's not a big deal, or that maybe they're overthinking it. But if you constantly feel like your input goes nowhere, don't ignore that. It's not about winning arguments. It's about being heard. If she no longer listens to you, she's already started to let go of the connection. A relationship without respect for your opinion isn't balanced. It's just one person leading and the other fading into the background. 4. You're doing boyfriend work for bare minimum energy. When a woman doesn't value you, one of the clearest signs is the imbalance between what you give and what she gives back. You're putting in boyfriend-level effort while she's giving you just enough to keep you around. You're the one reaching out first almost every time. You're the one setting up dates, offering support, and trying to create meaningful moments. Meanwhile, her responses are short, delayed, or surface level. She doesn't match your energy, invest in the details, and she rarely takes initiative on her own. It starts to feel like a job you weren't hired for. You're committed, attentive, and emotionally involved, while she's passive, distant, or only halfway in. The frustrating part is, you know how it feels when someone's actually interested. When they're excited to see you, when they make the effort, when they check in just to hear how your day went. That's not what's happening here. This kind of imbalance is a slow drain. You end up overextending yourself, trying to prove your worth to someone who's already decided they don't need to meet you halfway. You make excuses for her lack of effort, telling yourself she's busy, stressed, or not good at expressing herself. But deep down, you can feel it. She's not putting in the same energy you are, and she's not trying to. A woman who values you won't sit back and let you carry the entire connection. She'll bring effort without needing to be pushed. She'll show up consistently, not just when she feels like it. You'll feel it, not in her words, but in how she actually engages with you. Doing boyfriend work for someone who acts casual about you creates confusion. You start asking yourself if you're doing too much or if something's wrong with you. But the truth is, it's not about you doing too much. It's about her doing too little. A healthy connection doesn't need to be forced. If you're stuck in a situation where your effort is met with apathy, it's a sign, not that you should try harder, but that it might be time to stop trying for someone who's not trying for you. 5. She tests your boundaries, then laughs it off. A woman who doesn't value you won't take your boundaries seriously. In fact, she'll often test them on purpose or out of habit to see what she can get away with. When you call it out or try to stand your ground, she brushes it off like you're being dramatic, too sensitive, or just overthinking it. It starts small. Maybe you've said you don't like being talked to a certain way, or you've asked for something simple, like giving you a heads up if plans change. The first few times, she acts like she understands, but then she does it again and again. When you bring it up, she either acts like it's no big deal or turns it into a joke, like your boundary is just something to laugh off. Let's say you tell her you don't appreciate being made fun of in front of her friend. She nods, says she gets it. Then the next time you're out together, She does it again, making a comment that hits below the belt. You pull her aside later and say, "Hey, I've mentioned this before. I'm not okay with it." She responds with, "Relax. It's just a joke. Don't take everything so seriously." What's happening there isn't just teasing. It's a lack of respect. She hears your boundary and chooses not to take it seriously. Worse, she turns it around to make you feel like the problem. Over time, this wears you down. You start questioning yourself. Am I overreacting? Maybe I'm just being too sensitive. But the truth is, the moment someone stops respecting what you've made clear, they're showing you how little they value your voice in the relationship. Someone who respects you doesn't push your limits just to see what happens. They don't dismiss what matters to you. They don't test how far they can go before you finally snap. They listen, and even if they don't fully understand it, they try to honor it because they value you. The longer you allow someone to ignore your boundaries, the more they will. The more they do, the more power they gain in the dynamic. Not because they deserve it, but because they know you won't walk away. Boundaries aren't about being controlling or rigid. They're about respect. If she keeps crossing the line and laughing it off like it's nothing, that's not playful. That's her showing you she doesn't take you serious. A relationship without boundaries isn't a partnership. It's an arrangement where one person keeps pushing and the other keeps bending, and the one who bends the most always ends up losing the most. 6. Why some women act like this in the first place. When you deal with a woman who shows these kinds of behaviors, being cold, dismissive, inconsistent, or disrespectful, it's natural to wonder where it's coming from. Why would someone act like this toward a person who's treating them well? The answer isn't always simple, but there are some common reasons behind it. First, a lot of this comes down to comfort. When someone feels like they already have you, they stop trying. It doesn't mean they're bad people, but some women stop putting in effort the moment they sense a guy is fully invested. They assume you're not going anywhere, so the need to earn your respect or keep your attention fades. It becomes a lopsided dynamic, where she puts in the bare minimum because she believes you'll stick around no matter what. Another reason is ego. Some women enjoy the feeling of being pursued, admired, or put on a pedestal, but they don't actually want to return that energy. They want the attention, the effort, the validation, but not the responsibility that comes with giving that same level of care back. In short, they enjoy the benefits of the connection without really valuing the person behind it. Then there's a deeper layer, past experience. Some people have been through relationships that taught them to disconnect emotionally, test people's limits, or keep control by staying distant. If a woman has learned to protect herself by always holding the upper hand, she might act cold or dismissive, even when she's with someone who genuinely cares. In some cases, it's simply that she's not as invested as you are. That doesn't make her evil or cruel, but it does mean you're putting your energy into someone who doesn't see the connection the same way you do. Instead of being honest about it, some women let the relationship drag on while slowly pulling back. That's when the behavior starts showing up. Less respect, less effort, less consistency. It's important to understand this, not to justify the behavior, but to recognize it for what it is. When someone starts acting like your time, voice, or effort doesn't matter, there's usually a deeper reason. But that doesn't mean you have to accept it. Trying to figure out why someone treats you poorly is only helpful if it leads to clarity, not if it keeps you stuck trying to change them. The goal isn't to play detective. The goal is to understand what's happening so you can make better choices. Some women act this way because they can. because they've learned they can get what they want without having to give much back. But the moment you stop allowing it, the dynamic changes. That's where your power is, not in fixing her behavior, but in deciding what you'll accept and what you won't. 7. How to respond without losing your self-respect. If you're seeing the signs, she's distant, inconsistent, dismissive, and constantly crossing lines, it's time to stop brushing it off and start responding in a way that protects your self-respect. This doesn't mean yelling, begging, or trying to teach her a lesson. It means pulling your energy back and being honest with yourself about what you're tolerating. The first step is reflection. Ask yourself why you're still holding on. Are you staying because you truly believe the connection is worth it? Or are you holding out hope that she'll eventually change? Be honest. A lot of guys stay in situations that are clearly unbalanced because they're afraid to walk away, or because they've wrapped their self-worth around fixing the relationship. That's not strength, that's avoidance. You have to be willing to accept that how someone treats you is how they feel about you. Words are cheap. Behavior is what counts. If her behavior consistently shows disinterest or disrespect, that's your answer. Waiting around for things to magically get better only keeps you stuck in a cycle that benefits her and drains you. Now, this is where the tough part comes in. You need to stop rewarding bad behavior with more attention. If she flakes, pulls away, ignores your boundaries, or mocks your concerns, and you keep chasing, texting, calling, or trying to win her over, you're reinforcing the idea that she can treat you however she wants and still have full access to you. That has to stop. Start setting boundaries with your time, your attention, and your energy. If you feel like you're the only one putting in effort, pull back. If your needs aren't being respected, speak up clearly once. If nothing changes, don't keep repeating yourself. You don't need to explain your worth over and over. You just need to act like it matters. Walking away or creating distance doesn't make you bitter. It makes you clear. Clarity is powerful. The more you tolerate disrespect, the less she'll take you seriously. But when you stop engaging with someone who shows no real investment, you create space for something healthier to come into your life. Don't confuse being patient with being passive. There's nothing noble about sticking around for someone who doesn't value you. It's not loyalty. It's neglecting yourself. At some point, you have to choose self-respect over potential. You teach people how to treat you by what you allow. If she won't meet you with the same level of care, consistency, or respect, let that be your wake-up call. Don't waste months or years proving your worth to someone who doesn't even see it. You don't need to fix her. You need to fix your standard. The hardest part about realizing someone doesn't value you is accepting that your effort alone won't change anything. You can be consistent, loyal, and supportive, but if the energy isn't matched, it's a dead end. No matter how much you care, you can't build a real connection with someone who only shows up when it benefits them. Here's something that might sting a little. The more you tolerate low effort, the more you teach her that she doesn't have to do better. That doesn't just affect how she treats you. It affects how you see yourself. This video wasn't about blaming women. It's about helping you recognize patterns that slowly drain your confidence and waste your time. You deserve a connection where you feel respected, heard, and appreciated. Nothing less. Nothing less idiotit. Foul you were told that that's me or to speak. Now, I want to hear from you. If you've dealt with any of this, if you've seen these signs or been in a situation where you gave too much and got too little, drop it in the comments. I read everything and I'll be jumping in to respond and connect with you there. This is a space for honest conversation. And your story could help someone else feel less alone in theirs. Remember, your time, your energy, and your peace. They're not small things. Start treating them like they matter, and watch how everything around you begins to shift.